In the concrete jungles of the South Bronx during the early 1970s, where gang violence ruled the streets and hope seemed like a distant dream, a young man named Lance Taylor made a choice that would forever change the course of music and culture. Instead of picking up a weapon, he picked up turntables. He formed the Zulu Nation, preached peace through music, and helped birth an entire genre that would conquer the world. That man became known as Afrika Bambaataa, the godfather of hip-hop, the visionary who turned breakbeats into a global movement of unity, love, and having fun. But yesterday, April 9th, 2026, that revolutionary spirit left us. Afrika Bambaataa passed away at the age of 68 in Pennsylvania from complications of prostate cancer. The news broke like a shockwave through the hip-hop community, with tributes pouring in from artists, DJs, and fans who grew up on his records. His family and the Universal Zulu Nation confirmed he died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones after a private battle with the disease. As we reflect on his incredible journey today, we uncover not just the pioneer who electrified the world with Planet Rock, but the complex man behind the legend. His roots in the Bronx, his family, his personal struggles, and the complicated legacy he left behind. Afrika Bambaataa was born Lance Taylor on April 17, 1957, in the South Bronx, New York City, to Jamaican and Barbadian immigrant parents. Growing up in the Bronx River Projects during one of the most turbulent times in New York history, he witnessed firsthand the harsh realities of urban decay, poverty, and gang warfare. His mother, an activist, and his uncle, a community leader, exposed him to the Black liberation movement from a young age. This environment fostered his early interest in music and social activism. He was also influenced by his mother's extensive and eclectic record collection, which spanned genres like R&B, rock, and jazz. As a teenager, Bambaataa joined a gang called the Black Spades, rising quickly through the ranks. But after the tragic death of a close friend in gang violence, he made a life-altering decision. He left the gang life behind and channeled his energy into something positive. In 1973, inspired by the block parties of DJ Kool Herc and Afrika Bambaataa's own spiritual awakening, he took his name from a Zulu chief meaning affectionate leader. He began throwing parties that emphasized peace, unity, and having fun. He founded the Universal Zulu Nation in 1973 as a way to turn street gangs into positive community organizations through music, dance, and knowledge. What started as local Bronx parties soon exploded into a cultural movement that helped birth hip-hop as we know it. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, Bambaataa was a Bronx legend. He formed the Soul Sonic Force and released groundbreaking tracks that fused electro, funk, and hip-hop. His 1982 single Planet Rock, produced with Arthur Baker, became a watershed moment, blending Kraftwerk's electronic sounds with hip-hop beats and creating the electro-funk blueprint that influenced everything from techno to modern dance music. The song reached massive audiences, crossed over to clubs worldwide, and helped establish hip-hop as a global force. He followed it with hits like Looking for the Perfect Beat and Renegades of Funk. Bambaataa wasn't just making music, he was building a philosophy. The Zulu Nation's principles of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, and equality spread far beyond New York, influencing hip-hop's golden age and beyond. He collaborated with everyone from John Lydon to Afrika Islam, always pushing boundaries and using music as a tool for social change. Yet his journey was never without shadows. In the 2010s, multiple men came forward accusing Bambaataa of sexual abuse during his time leading the Zulu Nation in the 1970s and 80s. The allegations led to investigations, lawsuits, and a painful reckoning for the culture he helped create. Bambaataa denied the claims, but the scandal tarnished his legacy and forced difficult conversations within hip-hop about accountability and the past. Through it all, he continued to make music and speak about unity, though the controversies followed him until the end. On a personal level, Afrika Bambaataa kept much of his private life guarded. Details about a wife or long-term partner are scarce in public records. He maintained a relatively private personal life and was never known for high-profile relationships. There are no widely confirmed records of children, though he often spoke of the Zulu nation as his extended family. He raised many young people through the organization, mentoring them in music, discipline, and community values. In his later years, he lived modestly, splitting time between New York and other locations while continuing to DJ and advocate for hip-hop culture. His lifestyle was never flashy. Even at the height of fame, he focused on community work, education, and the principles of the Zulu nation rather than material excess. Net worth estimates before his passing placed it around $500,000 to $1 million. Modest for a pioneer of his stature, built from music royalties, performances, speaking engagements, and cultural work. He invested much of his time into cultural preservation rather than wealth accumulation. He enjoyed simple pleasures, time with his chosen family in the Zulu nation, listening to music and reflecting on the movement he started. The final chapter came after a private battle with prostate cancer. Diagnosed in recent years, Bambaataa faced the illness with the same resilience he showed throughout his life. On April 9, 2026, at the age of 68, he passed away peacefully in Pennsylvania from complications of the disease. His manager and the Zulu nation confirmed the news, noting that he had slipped away quietly after fighting hard. Tributes flooded in immediately, from Grandmaster Flash and Afrika Islam to newer artists who credited him with laying the foundation for hip-hop. Many acknowledged the complexities of his legacy, the undeniable contributions to music and culture alongside the serious allegations that surfaced later. His family and the Zulu nation asked for prayers and unity in his memory. Afrika Bambaataa's life was a testament to transformation. From gang member to global ambassador of hip-hop, from bronze block parties to worldwide influence, he showed that one person with vision and turntables can change the world. He gave us Planet Rock, the Zulu nation, and a culture that continues to evolve and inspire. Though his story carries both light and shadow, his music and the movement he built will echo for generations. A reminder that hip-hop was born from the streets as a force for peace, creativity, and unity. If Afrika Bambaataa's music or his role in creating hip-hop culture ever moved you, if Planet Rock still makes you want to dance, or if his complicated but impactful journey touched you today, please hit that like button right now and subscribe so we can keep telling these powerful stories of the pioneers who shaped modern music. Share your favorite Bambaataa track or memory in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Afrika Bambaataa. The beat goes on.